Hi We Church, my name's Emma and it's a privilege to be with you today. I don't think any of us could have imagined what we would have to journey through over the last 18 months. We've had to adapt, we've had to change, we've had to learn new skills, we've had to figure out different ways of doing what was a normal thing in our lives, whether it was church, whether it was work, whether it was school. There was so much that we didn't expect and so much unknown that we've had to deal with. Certainly nothing that we could draw on before because the experience has been so different. We've never had a global pandemic before like this. And it certainly wasn't something I expected given the advances in medicine and technology. But it's what we dealt with. It's what we're still living through for most of us. Our family has had to walk a different journey than we expected. In December 2019, we moved from the UK, where we had been ministering for 5 years, to the USA. Having already completed an international move, there was a level of experience that we could draw from. We knew what it was going to take to adapt to a different culture and environment. We spoke the same language, or so we thought. There were certain things that we were aware of having visited. But then 3 months later, COVID hit and everything changed. There's a level of unknown that we didn't expect, but we had to figure out how to journey through. As I was reading my Bible and trying to figure out and listen to what the Holy Spirit was trying to say to us and how do we navigate this journey successfully, I was reading Psalm 23. It's a psalm we know well. It's a psalm we can probably recite without much prompting. But as I was reading through the psalm, there were certain truths that came out that I hadn't seen before, and certain things that the Holy Spirit was just speaking to me about. And I realized that there's a journey that we take that is not ours to navigate, but it's ours to follow. It's ours to be led. And as I read Psalm 23 verse 1, the Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. For another translation, it says, I have everything I need. And as I started to go through that psalm, there was no we in the statements that followed, which struck me because I'm a pretty self-sufficient person. I'm like, God, let's go. You tell me what we're doing and I'll make it happen. You've called me. I'm empowered by you. You've equipped me for this. I'm ready to go. And here I was reading this psalm and it speaks about He leads me. He guides me. He prepares. It's not me, it's He. Our family's just been on our vacation and we went from Michigan, where we live, to Massachusetts in the northeast of the US. My husband drove. It was a road trip. He loves those kinds of things, and I'm thankful for that because I'm not a great passenger or a driver. I don't like long distance driving. But I'll be sitting next to him in the front of the car with our kids in the back. And I'm a terrible passenger because I fall asleep. I don't necessarily know where we're going. I don't know what highways we need to take. I'm there when he asks questions and I'll help resolve them, but I'm not really interested in, because I know He is going to get us to the destination. I can fall asleep in the car and I can rest because I trust the driver. And as we have had to navigate this unknown in our lives, I've had to learn and find rest in God leading us, in God guiding, in God preparing, in God restoring. And I don't know where you are today. I don't know what you're facing, whether you're coming out of the pandemic like we are in the US, whether you're kind of in the middle, or whether you're on lockdown again. There is so much that we don't know. And for me especially, there's grace for each day. I have no idea some days what tomorrow holds. I don't really need to know. But I've had to learn to be content and find rest and allow the Holy Spirit to guide me. So for us, we're in the middle of visa renewals, which is very challenging in a COVID environment. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know, but we know that God's in control, and there's a peace that comes that we're holding on to and hold. It's our foundation, it's our anchor, it's our solid rock. And so today I just want to encourage you. I don't know where you're at. I don't know what your unknown looks like. But I would encourage you just to read through that psalm again. He leads, He guides, He restores, He prepares. Bless you guys.